We start the papers this morning with the Daily Trust newspaper. And on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper, the conversation we really just completed or just concluded about the Naira notes. Why CBN will redesign the currency notes. So in case you're interested, stick around. We'll be talking about this much later on in the show, but you can also get yourself a copy of the Daily Trust. And there's some sub stories here. They say, of course, it says over 85% of currency in circulation outside banks. EFCC commends initiative to clamp down on hoarders. Experts, corrupt politicians keep money in dollars. Decision good for economy. And there's also the evolution of the Nigerian currency shown on the front page. Petrol scarcity worsens in Lagos, Abuja, Kano as marketers blame depot price hike. Return Kanu to Kenya, pay him 500 million naira damages, court orders federal government. But will the federal government listen? I guess we'll find out. Stay-at-home husband sues wife for not disclosing her salary.
Wow. That's interesting.
That's a very interesting story. We'll come back to that. We need 30 years of consistent investment to control flood, says the minister on page 25. Federal government says America also unsafe as US orders evacuation of citizens from Nigeria. That's another interesting response. National carrier, government operators disagree over partnership with Ethiopian Airlines. IDB expresses concern over a high number of out-of-school children in North. And you know that the Daily Trust always keeps the countdown. It's still in captivity. 11 schoolgirls of FGC Benin Yarui and now today makes it 497 days, and one student of Bethel Baptist High School Kujama today makes it 470 days. That's all that we have on the Daily Trust.
All right, still here in Nigeria. First newspapers, see what we can find. It says top of the screen there, terror alert, US moves to evacuate embassy staff and citizens from Abuja. Warns we have limited ability to provide emergency services to US citizens in Nigeria. No cause for alarm. We won't be stampeded by US and UK terror alert, says the federal government. Well, also says security agencies on top of the matter. Nigeria is safe. All right. I've forgiven Oshimbajo, says Tinubu.
Oh, that's sweet.
Also, 2023, 93 million voters to decide Atiku, Tinubu, Obi, and other candidates' fate, says INEC. Says election results will be transmitted electronically. And also, we cannot work for Atiku in Benue. That's from Governor Samuel Otom, governor of Benue State in Nigeria. It says, you can't lie against me in public and beg for pardon in secret. And these two persons are, in the same party. Atiku Abubakar, of course, is the presidential candidate of the PDP, Nigeria's main opposition party in the next elections. And Samuel Otom is a governor, also a member of the People's Democratic Party. 2023, again, Wike Atiku field will cost PDP presidency, says Adeonju. And also, in case anyone had forgotten, Ike Ekweremadu is still in the news. It says court adjourns suit seeking Ekweremadu's sack. 2023, Kwankwaso won't collapse party for anybody, says his spokesman. I'm just going to throw in one or two others. Olisa Metu resigns from PDP in partisan politics. Flawed. Bielsa's situation pathetic, says Governor Emmanuel as he donates 100 million naira to victims. Olisa Metu, of course, who I just read about, is at this time was a PDP member and was, has in the last 4-5 years been going in and out of court on a charge of 400 million naira money laundering in the previous administration.
All right, and also speaking about the floods in Bielsa, Timi Dakolo has used his platform to solicit for help for those who are currently suffering the after effects, and more people need to rise up and follow suit. Let's head over to southern Nigeria. On the front page of the Soweto newspaper, we have the big story here. It says, you will decide how to pay for e-tolls. Having secured scrapping of e-tolls, Premier Lesufi says it's the people of Hoteng who will get to decide the funding model to pay off the debt. That's on page 2. And Soweto Derby tickets, back page, if you want to win Soweto Derby tickets. We won't undermine chiefs. Bodella says Bucks are positive. Men in bomb shots. The hot looks this summer. On page 14. That's an interesting cover story. And the final one here, President Cyril Ramaphosa fixes the tie of Minister of Finance Enoch Godongwana in Parliament yesterday, where the minister delivered the 2022 medium-term budget policy statement. And then the photograph makes the front page of the president fixing his minister's tie. Very interesting front page on the Sowetan this morning. Let's head over to Zimbabwe.
All right, let's see what we can find on Newsday in Zimbabwe. It says here, ZANU-PF targets civil servants. It says it appears to be going for broke ahead of the 2023 general elections and has reportedly targeted civil servants, including members of security forces, to support President Emerson Mnangagwa's re-election bid. All right, it says also Zim sliding into dictatorship, says a report. And just two others. It says some ZANU-PF bigwigs to fall from grace. That's on page 2. Anti-sanctions music gala unites artists. That's on page 14. These are the only stories on Newsday newspapers this morning, and those are the stories that we have time for in the first half of Breakfast Central.